Welcome back to Dynamon. In this video I will rank all main areas of Yokai Watch 1, 2, 3 from worst to best, and trust me, some results might baffle you. Let me know which areas are your most and least favorites, and also don't forget to like and subscribe for more future Yokai Watch content. Here's a quick overview of all areas I will rank, and let's start with the E-rank areas. The E-rank contains areas I really can't stand, but luckily only one area got placed at the bottom. Last place goes to Springdale Underground Waterway, which connects all main parts of Springdale as an underground waterway system. This all sounds great at first, but the main thing I hate about this area is how almost all doors are blocked and it's extremely difficult to navigate. You can find all you will here, which is fine, but in Yokai Watch 3 it got completely changed and doesn't even feel like a real area anymore, since it got too fragmented and irrelevant. Next up we have the D rank, which mostly includes small and unnotable areas, but at least I don't hate them. 31st is Meadowbrook Farm. Out of all areas, this one just screams nothing burger. You've got a massive cornfield, which might be too large, and a farm fragment, which is cool but really forgettable. At least you can get Teducator here, but besides him, there's barely anything to do. Next up is Clumbell Forest. In the main story, the part when you hide from Agent X while collecting rough pieces and later fighting him is cool, and you can also do the mushroom quest here. This area spreads a pretty eerie atmosphere, but besides Clumbell Forest, the secret forest-based part feels pretty empty and forgettable. Place 29 goes to Crumpler's Grotto. It's unlocked through rafting and actually feels pretty creepy with all the eyes looking at you. The looks are good, but besides the story relevance, when again fighting Agent X and befriending Wondanyan, this area feels extremely empty and more like a big dungeon. We have now entered C rank, which already contains areas which are fine, most however still lack content or are not iconic enough to place higher. It's time to look at the Flatport Plains from Yokai Watch 2. It's another area which is pretty significant for the main story, since the Great Yokai War takes place here, while the Bony Fleshy War also has a nice story implementation. The postgame however doesn't offer too much besides the leader's quest and obtaining Wobble Walk here, and it's really small too. At 27, we've got Yoppel Headquarter, being the place where Nate's and Haley's first encounter happens. It plays a huge part in the story, since you fight Yoppelbot here, you do the watch control minigame, and it's a good place for fishing. I still assume this area had more potential to be larger, and maybe more yokai could have been included, besides Koma-san's and Jibanyan's Wobble variants. The Hinosaur Awoken quest and boss fight though are amazing. The next placement might upset some of you, but at 26 is Excellent Tower. Out of all main Springdale areas, it's the smallest and I'm not a big fan of its soundtrack. I also don't really like fighting Yokaiju here, but the observation deck and its overall looks are pretty cool and you can gamble here, which is goated. Next up is Hopper Scorch, which could have been much higher if the helicopter didn't exist. Beward is one of my most hated yokai and for me ruins this feature. In contrast to the helicopter, I like the horse riding gimmick, and jumping over cliffs is a lot of fun. You've also got the Tower of the Enlightenment, which is an amazing post-game activity and involves the strongest boss of Yokai Watch 3, and I also decided to count Peak Port towards Hopper Scorch since it's not significant on its own. At number 24 we've got Greenfields. If it was just this small train station it would be at E rank, but it's completely carried by Hazy Lane. This infinitely long rice paddy field offers some really strange events like the screen randomly flipping or getting chased by a handsome lobster, and you can also fight Skulk here, whose gimmick is really cool. Hazy Lane's soundtrack also contributes to it being one of the most unsettling places. 23rd place goes to Hazeltine Mansion, which is absolutely amazing in the main story. I really love how you need to do puzzle-like tasks to finally find each other, like a gourmet quiz or the kitchen game. After fighting Betty Bice however, there's not much to do anymore, but the atmosphere it gives off is goated and must be glazed. At 22nd we find Old Harrisville. While I prefer modern Harrisville, it is still visited a lot during the story and is the place where you obtain the Model Zero, do Master Nyada's trials or fight Kin and Gin in the secret forest base. You also come across wicked yokai for the first time here, and its color grading feels refreshing, but the tunnel is missing. Top of the C rank is Cluvian Continent, which in my opinion is the hardest area to rank. In the past it was carried by Plazas T, but since servers shut down it kinda lost its charm and made me explore the dungeons less frequently. Outside of Plazas T, the area feels massive and empty at the same time, because most of the time the height scaling feels weird and the area as a whole kinda feels out of place. We have finally reached the B rank, which includes good areas. Bottom of the B rank is Dukesville. I really like its western vibes and the whole cowboy stuff feels completely different to anything else. Even though it might be a smaller area, you still fight Agent X here, sleep in the hotel, or befriend the last neon Mirai. For number 19 we stay in BBQ and next visit East Pine. In my opinion, the Phantom Mart kinda carries East Pine and offers a great chapter in the main story, making you fight Super Manager. East Pine also offers the church, Wayfarer Manor, the watch shop and the haunted mansion, which to me always made it feel like the American version of Blossom Heights. Next is Sparkopolis, being home to the next Hermione Theater, where we can buy articles of our favorite idols. The first Terror Time in 3 happens here, and Haley's detective agency is also located in Sparkopolis. For me, however, it is carried by illusionary Sparkopolis, which makes the fight hoaxy coaxy and is home to extremely cute mushrooms. At number 17 we find North Beach. It's an extremely large BBQ harbor area where we find the Tree Wheel or the Miracle Circus. One dungeon I really like is the Pearly Chamber of Whimsy, which offers a lot of niche minigames. Slightly better, according to me, is Southmond, being the highest rated BBQ area. It serves fine as a starting area, but is overshadowed by Uptown Springdale. It also contains the school, the House of Boxes, as well as some sidewalks and the scrapyard where you fight your first boss. At 15th is Breezy Hills. Whoever lives here seems to be rich and God Pond seems to be a really chill place. The museum is amazing and offers Phantasmirai at night in Yokai Watch 1, as well as the big gates of whimsy in Yokai Watch 2, which is absolute cinema. You can also play Crewvalicious Hustle, and Eddie and Haley live here. Top of the B rank is Shoppers Row. From equipment to top tier food, you can buy almost anything here, which makes me visit Shoppers Row a lot. Knockdown Hospital also plays a huge role and contains a goated chapter in Yokai Watch 1, ending in Dr. Mediman's boss fight. You've also got September Step and the first Terror Time in 2. Now we have reached A-rank territory, being all about very good areas which just missed out on being goated. Starting off the A-rank is Mount Wildwood. Besides gambling and the Crank-a-kai, you can do a lot here. In Yokai Watch 1 you fight It's a Big One. It contains the abandoned tunnel where we find Dewey. It got expanded a lot in 2, which even added a big slide, and it's also possible to enjoy festival vibes here, making Mount Wildwood a really good area overall. Another really strong area is Blossom Heights. It contains a lot of content like the Old Mansion where we can fight Sharpstar, timers and more to upgrade your watch, Wayfarer Manor, Shotten Temple, and of course the Hot Springs where you fight Sproing. Overall a pretty chill and useful area, and also one which offers gambling opportunities. Number 11 goes to Harrisville. In Yokai Watch 2, it's one of the most impactful areas in the story and offers so much content like sorcery, Mount Middleton, or your grandma's house. In my opinion, it is carried by the Infinite Tunnel, which is one of my absolute favorite dungeons out of all Yokai Watch games and spreads such an eerie vibe. Cracking the top 10 is Downtown Springdale. It's another big Springdale area which especially shines through the construction site in 1, which ends in a boss fight against Massive Face, the sports club in 2, which is an amazing post-game option, and the mall, which got added in 3. It also offers the business tower, as well as a large number of shops you can get food from. Top of the A rank is San Fantastico, a beautiful sea residence with an amazing soundtrack. Outstanding features are the seaside cave where you fight Captain Crash in the story, as well as Mystery Way, which allows you to fight various bosses and befriend the only friend forms. It also got expanded in 3, which makes it even better. We have finally reached the S rank, which contains my top 8 favorite areas of Yokai Watch, while every single one of them is goated from now on. At number 8 we have the Yokai World. It reached its peak in Yokai Watch 1 while introducing the story finale and letting you befriend Wenoct. I especially liked how the Oni guarded the gates, and we also need to mention fighting McCracken's first form. The Yokai World also contains well-made dungeons, being Hunger Pass, which is a bit annoying, but Liar's Mountain and Hooligan Road are absolutely peak while being replaced with Ambrosia Pavilion in Yokai Watch 3. Now it's time for my biggest hot take, being Sawayama Castle at number 7. This area finished 27th in Mantinian's community voting and didn't even receive a single nomination in last year's awards. I however think Sawayama Castle is home to some of the best Yokai Watch quests of all time, being about them dead times as well as Whisper's entire past. You can also befriend Dakubi at night, and it probably has the best soundtrack out of all areas. Going on with Yokai Watch 2 areas, at 6 is Divine Paradise. This area is home to Cat Cradle, the strongest boss Yokai Watch has ever seen, as well as some recolored versions of story bosses, and I especially love the vibe it spreads, being all golden, but you have to climb your way up. Entering the top 5 we have its counterpart, the Infinite Inferno. It works amazingly as a postgame area and covers most of Yokai Watch 1's story bosses reworks, as well as Wobble Walk in the end. While being a rare Yokai Paradise in 1 and also triggering Terror Time, It was turned into a bridge content to Divine Paradise in 2. 4th place goes to the perfect starting area, Uptown Springdale. It contains so many important places like Nate's house, Katie's house, Jungle Hunter, Triangle Park, Pickleston Bank, Lambert Post Office, and of course Springdale Elementary School, making it extremely iconic. Here you fight Iclone, Tarantutor, and Gutsy Bones by Slimermanda also appears in Uptown. Bronze medal goes to Old Springdale, which is likely the largest area of today. In Old Springdale, Yokai Watch 2's story finale takes place, which includes Wicked Old Springdale, Dame Deadtime, and Dame Demona. Therefore, besides the story importance, it offers much content and has an amazing vibe to it. Second place goes to New Yokai City, which is my favorite area added in Yokai Watch 3. New Yokai City is one of the best designed places, has an amazing soundtrack and offers tons of quests, and on top, the story finale also takes place here after conquering Bada Bing Tower. It also contains various minigames, Club Coma and the Plaza's house. But my personal favorite area just has to be Gera Gera Resort. All sub-areas are unique and have a go-to design. Gera Gera Land is the best theme park and is way better than Level 5's AI Land. Paradise Springs has an amazing soundtrack and is a chill place to level. Wolfit Down also has a peak soundtrack and Oni cook for you, and of course Kabuking, who is fought at the Kabuki Theater. It also offers the only good trains which look like Oni. You can fight Hades Steam and you can attend the Buckle Breaker through Golden Trains. But since this video only focuses on my opinion, make sure to comment your favorite and least favorite areas as well. I also created a tier list template where all areas are included, so maybe even do it yourself and post it in my community tab. Also like and subscribe for more future Yokai Watch content, and fun fact, this video could have been my comeback video back in 2024. I also recommend you to watch my first challenge video, which is about one Steady King and if he can beat Yokai Watch 2 on his own or not. Also shoutouts to Mugen for making these amazing Steady King models and Timmy Let's Play for scaling up the Yokai Watch backgrounds.